Hey guys, it's Fox. I'm here today with actually a costume review. For those of you that don't know, I love the Descendants movie series, the Disney Channel movie series. I actually adore it, and I've gotten most of my friends to watch it. And I've been working on a couple Descendants-based costumes now that the third movie is out and, you know, we've all watched it. ProCosplay was actually kind enough to sponsor me with Mal's outfit from the third movie. Now, Mal isn't my favorite character. I do love her. I do love her style, don't get me wrong, but Carlos is just my absolute favorite. And so I actually am working on a Carlos cosplay. So when ProCosplay reached out to me, I was like, okay, well, I already have Carlos. Let me try Mal. So they were really sweet. They sent me a Mal costume for free. This video is sponsored by them. And I'm going to basically review it for you. I have opened the box because I've already done a photo shoot in this, which is why, you know, I want to be able to show you guys what it looks like on camera. So, I mean, just besides me holding it up, like, fit and showing you, I feel like actual photos work better than me just putting it on and, like, parading around. So I'm going to talk about some pros and some cons and all of that, and yeah, let's just get started. Okay, I will put a link to both this costume and this website in the description so you guys can check it out on your own, but this costume costs $169 on their website. Really not that bad considering, like, some of my costumes, which are much simpler than this, cost about the same or more when I've bought them from places, so I'm really impressed by that. Especially the amount of, like, pleather and fake leather pieces that are in this and the construction, which I'm going to show you. The first thing I'll say is that ProCosplay was very nice, and they were also really great at communication. When I reached out to them, it was actually before Halloween, and they were like, just to let you know, we're really busy right now. We've got so many Halloween orders. We'd love to work with you, but are you willing to wait? And I was like, sure. And then they added that after Halloween, they were actually going to revamp the entire costume because, you know, some people had given them feedback that it wasn't as accurate as it could be, which already set off like oh, this is a good thing. They're willing to modify and work on costumes if it doesn't fit what their customers want. So they reached out to me and they said, you know, like a month or two later, and they're like, okay, we have the new design done. It should be into our warehouse in a few days, and we will get back to you when it gets in. So I said, great. So what ended up happening is they emailed me again and they said, we're so sorry, but it actually came in and some things aren't up to our standards. The accuracy isn't where we want it to be, and it's going to be a little more time before we can, you know, send it to you. To which I was totally happy to be like, that's totally fine. And again, I was super impressed that they actively admitted to me, like, hey, things aren't as good as it could be. We want to make them better. Is that okay that we hold off? So finally the costume came in. I got it. It came in like the typical, like, mailer bag, bubble mailer thing. There was nothing super special about it. But the costume was folded very nice, and honestly when I opened it I was blown away, and I'm going to show you why. So I will say like I said, I already wore this costume, and I haven't washed it yet because I didn't want to attempt to, like, change the texture from where I got it. So I know in the t-shirt there's like little parts that have kind of rubbed, or there's like makeup on it. I apologize. But for the undershirt, this is what the undershirt looks like. It is a stretch material. It's incredibly stretchy. The neck hole is a little small, but it does stretch. The print is really crisp, really clear. They even printed like the texture of what her sleeves would have, which I think is awesome. It's really soft. It's almost like a neoprene kind of style, so it has a thickness to it, which I actually like because a lot of times they're just cheap t-shirts. But this is obviously like a custom printed shirt, custom printed fabric. I mean, I really like it. I think it's wonderful. When it was on, it's soft. I will say that this shirt is a little cropped on me. I didn't get a custom size. I just ordered off their size chart. I did end up ordering, I think it was an extra large or I think it was an extra large, to which I was a little surprised at, but I usually have to order way up because of my height. But every single one of their costumes has a different size chart, which is great because it means they know their costumes well enough that you can't just bulk order, but it also means you really have to check. So this shirt, it's a little bit cropped on me, and I believe Mal's shirt is a little bit cropped, but it gets tucked into like this waistband thing, and so I wish this was just a little bit longer so it more comfortably could be like tucked into the pants, so, you know, it stayed in place for photos. But very small, like nitpicking there. I think it's beautiful. I would wear this shirt just like normally. It's really soft, like I said. Moving on, her vest. Now let me say, her vest is stunning. I'm so impressed by this. It's a really nice length. It's a really nice cut. It fits really well. It's very like flattering. So this is the vest. Now, the best part about the vest is this back piece. So if you can see, it's her logo, right? But it's actually individually cut pieces of pleather sewn over one another. It's not an iron-on. It's not like one single solitary piece that they just slapped on. You can see you've got this like holographic finish. Then you've got, you know, the background. Then you've got another piece. Then you've got where the dragon actually starts, and it's same here too. It's like a thin black vinyl for the outline, followed by, you know, the others. It looks like the green dragon may have been some sort of iron-on print, but honestly, it's like a thick vinyl. It's not like a paper print or anything. And you can see where it's kind of bent from me sitting, and it's totally fine. It's holding up wonderfully. It's beautiful. This fabric, I wouldn't say is the most accurate. I don't even know if it shows up well on camera, but it's kind of like a holographic pleather. It's not the most accurate to the outfit, but those costumes have custom like made leathers, and they're incredibly hard to recreate. And I think this does a really nice job while staying on a budget. It also photographs really nicely. And then if you see on the bottom, you've got this purple pleather, and then this back piece, which is another type of purple leather that they've sewn the details into. Like, they've actually sewn into it. There's actually a thickness there to show that it's got some sort of like quilting agent in it. And that comes to the front. It's got this really nice snake print. It's really soft. It's I don't even know what type of texture it is, but it's got like almost like a velvet in between the scales. But it's super soft. It matches really well. I'm wondering if it's like another custom print, because it's like so accurate and so beautiful. And it comes back down to this pleather, which is like a marble effect purple pleather, which again, I have to kind of wonder if it's a custom print, because Mal has so many different various shades of purple on her that I'm honestly really surprised that they managed to find all of these without custom printing at least one or two of them. She also has her tiny little dragon wings that stick up, and there's a snap. So for those of you that know the I was gonna say show, the movie or the books, this can actually come off. She can wear her vest with just the t-shirt, none of the arm guards or anything. She wears it in the movie like that when she's going like more casual. So they made it so the vest can be worn both ways. Now, these little dragon wings, really nicely made. They've got the actual like piping in it. Focus. They've got the actual piping, so they are 3D. The only thing I will say is that you can see the piping on the ends, but honestly, that's a 2-second fix with either some sort of black paint, purple paint, or honestly just trimming it. It's really, really easy fix. Not something I would honestly ever worry about. Pocket is functional. I mean, it's really small pocket, so there's nothing you can put in there, but and then you got Mal's weird neckline. It's a moto jacket, but it closes and it only has one lapel. Totally odd, but ProCosplay absolutely nailed it. I think it looks phenomenal. Honestly, I love it. I think it's really great. Again, for the price, it's a really, really nice, everything's really soft. It's not stiff pleather, and I'm really happy with that. Coming up on the top, we've got Mal's arm guards. So she has two, one on each arm, and just look at all the different like pleathers on this, making this cool like, it's just so awesome. I'm already wearing sleeves, but you can kind of see, you've got, you know, the metallic, the pleather, the snakeskin, and then what I think might be the custom with the quilting done. You've got the zipper, which, you know, functions. It doesn't actually open, but when you unzip it, it just shows more of that metallic. She never actually unzips those, so they don't need to be functional. And then this fabric right here is actually a spandex. It's similar to the t-shirt, but it's less thick. And then each arm comes with a belt with a functioning like little buckle, with really nicely sewn leather straps to go through it, and they also have a tiny little belt loop, which is super helpful when you're wearing a costume that has these random like straps all over them. If there's no belt loop, nothing's holding them up except, you know, your hopes and dreams. So I received 2 of those, 1 for each arm. They fit wonderfully. I love them, to be honest. I already said that, but I love them. And then because of the way these work, you can tighten it to fit your upper bicep without really worrying about it. Moving on from the shirt, we've got her waist piece. Now, this is her waist piece. It's made out of that same like snake skin, velvety fabric. It's really soft. It's just Velcro, which, you know, normally I get worried about with waist pieces because, you know, when you're bending and moving, your waist is where it's going to be pulling apart. But it's got a double layer of Velcro. It's got, you know, the 2 pieces instead of 1. And honestly, I didn't have any problem with it, like, coming off. It's pretty strong. Ugh. And then on top of that, you have this leather belt. Same thing, it's just got a simple pull buckle. The fabric is thick enough that you don't have to worry about like actually punching a hole in it. It's quilted all the way around. It's just a really soft, like matte purple gray. It's really pretty, really comfy, and it keeps this waist belt in place completely because as long as you pull this tight, the belt is not letting it go anywhere. It hasn't ripped into the vinyl or the pleather anywhere from where I wore it. You know, it's just a quick, simple, like, slide through. But it stays. It didn't slide, it didn't move, and the belt didn't cut into the fabric, which is great. And again, this is for a shoot that had me standing, sitting, posing, bending, whatever, to make sure that this costume kind of lasted. And I wore this costume for quite a long time, and then I wore parts of the costume to go ice skating. So I wore the vest, the belt, the armbands, and the waist piece ice skating, and they all held up wonderfully. So now we're moving on to the pants. So for those of you that have seen Descendants 2, the front of Mal's pants is made up of a bunch of different pleathers, and the back is kind of like a spandex, which is exactly what they did. So this is the front. They even have her really odd like crotch seam here that I still have no idea why the Descendants like costume, you can't even see it hidden in this, I don't know if you can like see it right there, but I don't know why the Descendants costuming people did that. It doesn't make any sense. It's not functional because the zipper's in the back. Even in the movie, the zipper's in the back. So it's just kind of like a really odd touch, but it's nice that they actually did it in this costume. You've got the really soft leather around the waist. You've got a suede. I don't even know what color this is, like a mauve suede, mixed in with this like neoprene-y spandex, and then a darker purple spandex mixed in with what looks like a black kind of elastic with the pleather, and then the holographic pleather, and then more quilting. And that's more towards the back. The front, it's just really nice. Like, it's just really pretty. And this is one of those things that I wouldn't want to make. I know that's like really bad, but there's just so many little pieces made out of so many different types of stretch material that I just wouldn't want to make it. Like, this would be something that I would want to buy or commission someone for, because that's just so much. Now you know what type of cosplayer I am. But I'm really happy with them. I think they're really nice. To go on top of the pants, you have Mal's knee pads. This is kind of one of the last pieces that come with the costume. It's supposed to be kind of a moto outfit, so there are these knee pads. They don't come attached to the costume. That is something I would fix on my own, to be completely honest. I don't like leg pieces like this that aren't attached. So this would be kind of one of the cons, but like not really, because it takes 2 minutes to put a stitch or two, especially into the spandex, finding a way that you can do it so it doesn't like rip the pleather. But it's made of the pleather. It's thick enough that I'm pretty positive there's some sort of quilting. It's done on both sides, and it's got a buckle. And it's actually got a lot of length in the fabric. I have it tied into a knot because I have teeny tiny skinny legs. And because it's stretch, I was like, these aren't staying up. But I can show you the length. Let me just untie it. I mean, this is how much length they give you. So if you have a bit of a wider leg or knee, like you have pretty much enough space. And besides that, the strap is stretchy. So like, again, really nicely well done. I like that they put kind of like a dimension here, so when you're actually bending your knees, it's not just folding odd. It looks like a knee pad, it sits in the right spot, and I think it's really nice. And like I said, it's quilted on both sides, so if for whatever reason something happened, you can just turn it inside out and hide the seams on the side. But again, like I said, little pet peeve of mine are costume pieces like on your arms or your legs that don't stay up. Didn't have that issue with the sleeves, had that issue with the knee pads, but in the future that'll take 1 or 2 stitches on the side to fix, and I'm not concerned about it. So the last piece, and really the only issue I have with this costume, are the gloves. When I saw them, I lost it. I just started laughing, and I'm so sorry, ProCosplay. They're really nice quality, but it's just... Let me show you them. It's just... Let's be real, gloves are really hard, especially half gloves that are made of 2 different materials. Let's also be real, they're not that bad. Once you put them on, they kind of like mold to the shape. I wouldn't personally wear these, but if you bought these, you could really make them work if you had to. Let me put it that way. I didn't bother. I ended up buying some $8 gloves on Amazon, and I painted them with a leather paint, and it's just similar enough that it looked fine. I matched it to one of the colors in the outfit rather than this exact color. I tried to match it to this undercolor. Looks exactly the same. It was $8. I don't think I've ever worn gloves that I've gotten with a costume unless they were like incredibly specific, like Fullmetal Alchemist, like the sigil gloves when I was younger or something like that. It's not something I rely on cosplayers, like cosplay sellers for, so I'm not mad about this. I'm just amused. I think this is kind of hilarious, and really, if this is your only fault with the costume, then that's a really good deal. I've received so many costumes with pieces just sloppily made, or things put on upside down, or things that I had to heavily alter myself. And buying an $8 pair of gloves from Amazon and painting it with some leather paint that I already owned, not a big deal, at least to me. To some people this might be a deal breaker, it's not to me. Let me know if it is for you. If you're looking for more pictures, I'm going to be posting more on my Instagram so that you can comment and talk about the costume. Definitely let me know in the down below if you like Descendants and who your favorite character is, because like I said, I personally loved it. My favorite is Carlos or Harry Hook, and yeah. I apologize, I've been a little bit absent. There's been a lot of different life stuff happening. I'm really sorry that I haven't been here, but hopefully I will get back on track. But yes, check out all the information in the description just so you can see some links and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm going to be posting more pictures on my Instagram, so yeah. As always, guys, my name is Fox. Thank you in advance for liking, commenting, subscribing, checking out my Instagram, checking out my merch, or not, whatever. Honestly, you do you. It's totally fine. And as always, guys, I love you all very, very, very much. And I'll see you all very soon. Bye, guys.